Last season, both the Orangeville Northmen and the Burlington Blaze were one game away from the Minto Cup Championship. After tonight, one of them will be back in that spot as we get you set for game number 5 of this now tied 2 games apiece Ontario Junior Lacrosse League final series. Here's a look at the starting goaltenders, starting with Burlington, and they'll go with Deacon Knott, who has been solid throughout. Knott with just a .929 save percentage, although he's made more than 40 saves in both of their wins and 31 or less in both of their losses. Chris Origlieri, the top goaltender in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, gets the start on the other side. He is a member of the San Diego Seals, and his goals against average sits at 9.25 versus the 9.29 throughout this final series that Deacon Knott has put up. Take your pick between those two goaltenders. Now, our players to watch coming in. Braden Saris, the points leader in the series so far through 4 games, 10 goals, 10 assists. They're going to need him. Burlington, big on the offense. Liam Matthews has been the straw that stirs the drink for the Northmen. You can see 9 goals and 9 assists through 4 games. One of the most consistent offensive players. He'll be one to watch on the offensive side of things for Orangeville. Both teams have won on the road. Both teams have won at home. We're live from Orangeville, the Tony Rose Arena. Game number 5 of this series comes your way next, and it's brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Game number 5 of this Ontario Junior Lacrosse League final series comes your way from the Tony Rose Arena here in Orangeville. It is a tied series. It is now a best of 3. Whoever wins tonight will take control and have a chance to clinch on Saturday night, booking their ticket to the Minto Cup. Burlington have never been there. Last time Orangeville was there was in 2019 when they brought the banner home right here to the Bunny Barn. I'm Matthew Carrick, in alongside the JVI Sports Network crew as we present the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Finals, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. Big hauler from Burlington who will occupy the visitors bench and go right to left here in the first period in their black uniforms and red lettering. Already set and good to go is Aiden Fern. And the Northmen, white jerseys for them, black lettering. They'll go left to right here in period number 1. And we are underway for what should be a fantastic game number 5, because all 4 have already been spectacular. Face-off win there. Fern sends it up. Nifty little pickup there by Nate Ruff to get things started. Still no Steve Delamonache, who was dynamic at the face-off dot throughout this early going of this series. For Burlington, they try the quick stick to the far side, and it was Caleb Benedict trying to poke it through Knott, and he stands his ground. Here comes Ty English. Goalless, pointless in game number 4. He'll try and change that. Got the early goal in game number 3. Chuck Rossing comes streaming off the bench. Cameron York, will see him slot in for the first time over on the left-hand side. I believe that's Rossing there getting knocked down, forcing the shot wide. Elijah Edwards and Cameron Pack both went after it, and it's going to be Edwards that brings it down. Cohen Jennings trailing the play. He'll wait up. We will not see Jamison Bucktooth tonight on the offensive side of things for Orangeville. Long outside shot from Colton Marquis. Marquis has 10 goals through the series so far. 6 of them came in this building in game number 1. First look at Owen Wills, who gains center and will head off. Josh Rosa over to our player to watch, Saris, now far side. And Zach Thompson, who took a 1-game hiatus, back in there for hard shot in on Origlieri, his first major test of the evening. Player to watch on the other side, Liam Matthews, getting it started as he often does. Matthews has a lane, cuts through, and that's his play when he sees he's one-on-one and sees that there could be a lane and room to run in on Knott. Matthews, more often than not, will take advantage. Here's Thompson, part of that big deadline trade that brought Knott, him, and Ben Trumbull, leading transition player of the year here to Burlington. Cole Teeple handling the bounce pass. Teeple plays it back to Andy Long, trailing the play. Trey Deer to the far side. Here's Joey Spallina. Amos Whitcomb, the last one out there. He'll go into the corner for Marquis. Now back to Trey Deer. Looked like Deer had running room. Takes it back and tries to shoot through a crowd. That hits a body in front and sails up and out. The 2 Northmen wins are the ones that Deer has scored in. A pair of goals in game 2 and a pair of goals in game 3. Deer, one of the key offensive players for this Northman squad from that left side. That shot came from the right side, and Joey Spallina Knott covers up with the left pad, and here we go back the other way to Saris. Marinier, now Rosa. Getting it back to the far side, Rawson, he'll put it into the corner. Comes back, a quick shot there from Marinier, loose rebound, and Marinier couldn't get there in time. It'll be Rawson that will get the reset. Saris and Marinier combining for 12 points in the last game, and they're working again. It's Saris cutting through and breaking the ice. Saris collides, gonna break free of his man and find space through the middle. And 1-0 is the score early on here for Burlington. Who are gonna want to win it here with a chance to clinch their first ever Ontario Championship at home on Saturday. It is a 5 p.m. start. As another face-off win, they come back. Trumbull, the one taking it on a Wrigley area. Now sticks get up between him and Elijah Edwards. Burlington fans not happy that the high stick in front of Sean Grenier not called. Him, John Vandergiesen, and Blair Ferguson, the three officials. Trumbull bouncing around, gets a screen in front of him, and that hits the post. Takes a funny hop over to the far side and right in front of Ty English. English gonna slow things down. We played 4 minutes of this first of 3 scheduled 20-minute periods. 1-0 Burlington. Swim move. I believe that's Cameron York, who slipped as he took the shot. And then coming through, Owen Rand grabs the loose ball. Teeple gives to a trailing Spalina. On his wrong side, Spalina gonna go around Matthews. Thought about going around the net as well, and now will return back to number 7. Cuts back in, takes the shot, and it's off the hand of Knott. Running into it, Nicholas Volkov, and can't turn it into transition because Caleb Benedict was back. Captain Andrew Vredenberg gives to Rawson, to Rosa, and into the corner, Marinier. Thompson's laid off the bench. Trailing him is Will McLeod. It's Thompson, his shot off the left leg pad there of Origlieri, and quickly out for Nate Ruff. Pair of transition goals to ice. What was game number 2 out in Burlington. Both of them into the empty net. Trey Deer up top through Whitcomb, quickly to Marquis. Whitcomb will set room and now turn it into a pick and roll. 2 officials' arms go high. And no time for a shot from Cohen Jennings. We'll get our first penalty of the game, and it will come to Burlington. On the slide here, and that's been an underrated part of Burlington's game throughout this final series. The help slide is always there, and it gets there in time, but on time and a little bit high from Ty English that time. Sends him to the penalty box, and Orangeville to the power play, where especially in this building, they have been dangerous. Matthews found it to Benedict, whose shot sails off the end boards. Hit a Burlington player before it got there, so fresh 30 seconds. No Spalina on this play as they go through Whitcomb up top. Matthews sending it back to Benedict, and not making sure there's no rebound as Trey Deer was right there on the doorstep. Volkov breaks the 8 count and a double team as he came across center. Volkov found running room, takes the shot down low, and they score. It's a rare goal from the captain, Andrew Vredenberg. And a rare short-handed goal in this series. Volkov down low to Vredenberg. And it's 2-0. Trumbull will take to the face-off dot here and go against Fern. Fern picked up in an off-season trade coming over from Six Nations. made 2 off-season acquisitions, one of them Whitcomb, and both of them have been dynamic for Orangeville. Colton Marquis works off top spot. Matthews will take over and rings it off the pipe. Bounces right to Alexis Simard. And Simard gonna wait for room and Marinier. 30 seconds left now in Orangeville's power play. Burlington can take about half of that down with 10 left on their shot clock. Marinier, Rawson, far side. Now Thompson runs over the top, no shot. Finally does take it, trying to beat the 30 count. And this one will bounce to Spalina, who's already across center. Final chance on the man advantage, under 10 to go. No sense of urgency. In fact, Marquis is going to wait for the extra man. Here's Matthews. Marquis, low shot. That hits a body in front. And I believe it's Volkov who's hobbling off to the bench. The infirmary has been a very busy spot throughout this series. As we said, no Steve Delamonte for a couple of games. Coltrane Tyson came back into the series and then left with injury. Saw Zach Thompson miss a game. And now already Volkov hobbling off. Ty English, the outlet pass from Knott just missed him. That's after a big hit. Knocked down Whitcomb. Meanwhile, Orangeville have been relatively healthy, knock on wood, throughout this entire playoff run. Over the top, the shot there from Ty English, fresh out of the penalty box. Orangeville not only going 0 for 1 on that first man advantage, but giving up the shorthanded goal as well. A minute away from the halfway mark, we're sitting 2-0 for the Blaze. Matthews, far side, Spalina. He'll give it back to Matthews. Jennings trying to set space in front. Flip pass from Matthews to Cohen Jennings, and he's knocked down, and they're going to say that was too much from Connor Knock. One of a number of Nepean APs who have made a difference throughout this playoff run for Burlington. Spalina diving through the crease. Just missed. As now Wills bring it up and through center. Here's Rawson. Saris trailing the play. He's got one of the 2 goals already. Found room, wants another, takes a shot off the shoulder of Origlieri. Ball bounced straight back to Owen Rand though, and now Teeple finds Marquis in front of the crease and perhaps had more room than he thought he did. Got all turned around and ball down, and we go back the other way. Here's Josh Rosa trailing the play. In the corner for Brooks English. Cutter far side. Scores, and I believe that's Will McLeod. If it is, it's his first goal since game number 3 when he had a pair. His only 2 so far in this final series. In fact, there hasn't been a ton of offense from Burlington's left side. But indeed it is Will McLeod making it 3-0. Ty English going against Fern now for the face-off, and Fern corralled it even though he ran nearly into the Burlington bench. Popped it free, and Cameron York gave it to Thompson, who quickly brought it back to the near side. Cameron Pack and Marinier all over each other. Marinier gets the ball and takes a quick shot that Origlieri had a bit of trouble with. 3-0 Burlington. Benedict flipping to Jennings. In the corner, back for Spalina. Now Matthews has it again. Whitcomb turned aside by Wills. It just seems like every player that gets inserted into Dan McRae's lineup has an impact. That's twice now we've seen Owen Wills knock a ball free and turn it back into transition the other way. Rosa. Saris, far side, Zach Thompson. He'll bounce behind Brooke English. The shot in on Origlieri, who covers up and makes sure there's no rebound. Nate Ruff will cross center. Marquis. Trailer is Aiden Long. Trey Deer goes cross floor, looking here for Benedict. Cohen Jennings in to set a pick. Now the pass for Deer. Off the stick of Jennings. Bounced right to Benedict, who took a quick shot. Now transition back the other way. Samard just missed the side of the net. So bounced all the way back to center. Got away from Rawson. And down goes Benedict. Rawson and Spalina collide with each other. Now Samard over. And we get a cross-checking call coming up here against Burlington. Spalina and Samard with a piece of each other. Another look at the transition play. And they call that a illegal cross-check. To send Orangeville back to the power play. Andrew Vredenberg, who scored the shorthanded goal on the last man advantage. The man who's going to sit for the illegal cross-check. Matthews up top for Marquis. He'll wheel off top spot. Now Matthews takes the sidearm shot, the same play that they tried on their initial look of that first power play. That time they did get the shot from Matthews, but same result. It's back in the other end. Absolutely no sense of urgency for Ty English or anyone in red. And then as he tried to get it away to Marinier with a triple team coming, ball bounced wide in the corner. Marquis and Deer playing catch. Whitcomb will go to Benedict. All five have touched it now. Whitcomb. Marquis set the screen. Matthews, Deer. Not sure if that was intended for Benedict. He did get a stick on it. Now Matthews lets one rip. Picked up by Cooper Jackson, and he got as far as Liam Matthews before he was stood up. Trey Deer. Matthews gets taken down through the middle, looking at the official, no call. And Deer goes right at Ty English, excuse me. Deer cutting through to the crease, and how did that miss? Marquis, Matthews, shot, saved from Knott. Rebound comes to the near boards. It's going to bounce right back at Trumbull. Ben Trumbull trying to get around Benedict. Got across center, but then it's knocked out of his stick to go over and back. Yeah, Marquis is not going to get that call. Wanting the quick restart, but I doubt it's going to come. Staring in the goaltender's face. Shot from Benedict, though, when they did get the restart. Goes off the crossbar, bounces past the over and back line as we go back to 5-on-5. Here's Trey Deer. One-man change coming off the Orangeville bench. Benedict, low shot, not with the save. Rebound skipped away momentarily, but then that big stick corrals it and brings it back. Ball shoveled across center, maybe a little too quick, and then speaking of a little too quick, the return pass looking for Aiden Long. Made him chase it into the corner, but the Northmen will get possession back. 5 to go in the period. 3-0 lead for Burlington. Matthews, no room to run this time. And only 5 on his shot clock now, and Whitcomb gets it. No 5-hole space through the legs of Knott. Owen Wills and Joey Spallina were mixing it up on that exchange. English to Saris. Through Cameron York and Thompson. Saris far side, McLeod's shot. Saved by Riglieri, and then McLeod will get his own rebound. Braden Saris cutting through the crease, a little give and go, then ran through the crease on the return pass. Elijah Edwards slams on the brakes. Heard the footsteps of Marinier coming. Jaden Siapara tied up in front of the crease. Nate Ruff out there as well. Kind of a mix and match shift. A lot of normal defenders, including Chase Chavon and Elijah Edwards, out there for that offensive possession. Not sure if Rusty Kruger was trying to get some regulars some rest there. That's just what happened on the transition, but now a few tired bodies who couldn't get a change. Rawson passing to the far side. He was filled in by Owen Rand, who then knocks down the ball. Return pass for Josh Rosa, his shot right at the shot clock. Bounces wide, and it'll be a violation against Burlington. Trey Deer to Whitcomb. Returning back long. Knocked down after the shot. That not saved with the left arm. Ball still up for grabs. Big hit from Trey Deer. Cutting in front of Owen Taze, and now it's Trumbull back down floor. And Trumbull, far side. Brooks English. Gives to Thompson. Back to Marinier. Full splits from Riglieri. Didn't need to, though, as that ball went wide. Here's Chase Chavon. Chavon all by himself, and then trying to jump the route was Brooks English. Cohen Jennings there to save the possession for Orangeville. He'll get it up to Spallina. Shot clock reset inadvertently. And now it'll be a moot point as Liam Matthews' shot bounces off the leg of Deacon Knott. Bradenberg will leave the ball here for Ty English. Finds a cutter trailer, and we have bodies everywhere. A Riglieri on top of, not sure who that is, but then in behind him, Cohen Jennings went down hard. Lost the glove in the process, and Mary Lalanset will come out to check on Cohen Jennings, who got sideswiped by Noah Millsap, who was coming in hard, and then he got his defender. And Jennings is having a real tough time getting to the bench here. Jennings doesn't put up a ton of offensive numbers, but a huge presence, especially when you consider playing on the same side as Liam Matthews and Trey Deer. That is a big loss. I'm not sure what the issue is for him, unless they're worried about perhaps the head, but Cohen Jennings goes off here just outside of the 2-minute warning in our first period. And we hear from the Bunny Barn for the first time tonight. Here's Trey Deer. Pass to Marquis, and a moving screen called up top when Whitcomb got into Wills. Both teams have 2 timeouts they can use at any point, but 1 per period as we head down the stretch here in the first. Quick shot comes there from Saris. Origlieri made the save. Cameron Pack in a shoving match with Marinier. As Siapara comes into the attacking territory. Matthews to Aiden Long. Spalina. Another collision there, and Vredenberg got ran into by Long. They're still trying to work their way free, and Spalina was just about to load up a big rip of a shot. Couldn't get it to go. Rawson into the corner for York. Now back across for Rosa. Marinier will set the screen. Excuse me, that was Saris, and that's where the intended return pass was. Intercepted by Siobhan, however. Marquis, Matthews, sidearm shot off the end glass. Picked up here by Burlington, no timeout because they've got Ty English all alone and Origlieri there to shut the door. Trumbull thought he had possession, still battling for it. Ty English hard into Siobhan. Excuse me, that's Siapara. And as they finally do get possession, timeout is called over on the Orangeville bench. So this will be an interesting one without Jennings and without Bucktooth. 2 big left-handed players on the offense of the Northmen. Aiden Long already stepping through the crowd to get out on the floor. Looks like Trey Deere will be out there. Joey Spalina definitely will be, as will Benedict. Chris Origlieri's gone and parked himself in front of one of the industrial-sized fans they've got over on the Orangeville bench. Meanwhile, you see the setup of Volkov, Vredenberg, Alexis Smart, Cooper Jackson, Deacon Knott, of course, fist bumping his defensive set. It will be Spalina, Deere, Matthews, Long, Benedict, and Marquis for the final shot, perhaps, of this first period. Orangeville trying to get on the board, trailing 3-0 here in the late stage of this first period. Be Marquis. That'll walk it across. Aiden Long already being worked over in the middle. And now the play is on. They go back to X. Spalina. Matthews pops out in front and bouncing ball in the crease. Long eventually touched down. Knott has eyes for the empty net. And Benedict came back to make the save, but the ball was never going to get there in time. What a start for the Burlington Blaze, who lead 3-0 after the first period. This is game number 5 of the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League playoffs, brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. We'll take a 9.5-minute break and be back with second period action from here in Orangeville.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best, and that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade. with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Back inside Tony Rosarina, getting set for period number 2, and it was a quick start for Burlington. They get that goal early on from Braden Saris, and then they get 18 straight saves from Deacon Knott. Did draw a couple penalties, though, before scoring shorthanded. This is Volkov looking down low to his captain, Andrew Vredenberg, who scores. And don't have the numbers in front of me, but that is a rare goal for Vredenberg and a rare shorthanded goal in this series. Orangeville going 0 for 2 on their power play and giving up the shorthanded goal. That was probably the best chance of the period for Joey Spallina, as you hear teams coming back on the floor in behind. There is the third goal that comes from Will McLeod. And Chris Riglieri, good first period for him as well. For McLeod, just his third goal of the series and his first since he scored both in game number 2. Our player to watch is Liam Matthews, who's getting a lot of attention, not just from our viewers, but also the Burlington defense here today. Ty English has had a strong game. This was the dangerous play that knocked Cohen Jennings into the locker room. And I don't see Mary Lelensett on the bench to start this period, so perhaps she's still out with Jennings. And again, no Jamison Bucktooth in the lineup coming into tonight, so it's a short left side for Orangeville that got a little bit shorter on that play. Lefties have been a key to this series for both teams, as Will McLeod has a goal here. Again, they've been hard to come by from the left side for Burlington. Ty English trying to change that as he put a nifty move in to take a shot on Riglieri, who's now in the net down to our right side. 3-0 Burlington after the first. Owen Rand through Trey Deer into the corner. Space opens up for Matthews. And a nifty little back check. Back the other way, Ty English. It was Owen Taze, by the way, that knocked it out of the hand of Matthews. Here's Spallina. Up for Amos Whitcomb. He goes back to the far side. Hard shot, Matthews. That one got through, but Knott will send it to the near side. Cole Tipo. Spallina works past the screen and a low save made from Knott. Someone in our chat calling for a Spallina Hattie here in this period. We'll see if that prediction comes true. McLeod sending this ball far side. It's Rosa who throws a change up past the Riglieri. The bench of Dan McCrae saying that that one was tipped. Officials not agreeing. Nate Ruff stops at the restraining line. Marquis will take over. And now they go far side for Trey Deer. Deer to Marquis. Touch pass. Benedict gets taken down by Vredenberg just as the ball arrived. And now it bounces to Knott, and Blaze having a bit of trouble getting it to Rawson. Chuck Rawson with no goals in games 3 and 4 to enforce the point of the lefties. Cameron York did score an overtime winner in the Mimico series, however. Game that you saw right here on the channel. Marquis flipping here to Spallina. Trailer is Matthews. He slams on the brakes. Spallina's high. Screen comes from Aiden Long, and still no room for Matthews. 5 on the shot clock as Marquis gets it back. His jump shot. Long returns, and Knott makes the save on both. Dialed in tonight is Deacon Knott over in that Burlington net. Rawson. Flip pass to McLeod. Zach Thompson will come over the top. Late shot from Thompson. Orangeville's bench wants a call there. Colm Barnett got knocked down on the moving screen that gave the ball back here to Orangeville. And Barnett making his return to the series tonight. What a move from Marquis! To get the Northmen on the board. 23 minutes and 23 seconds of shutout lacrosse before Marquis. Big time move, and then a couple more in front of Knott to get the Northmen on the board. And believe me when I tell you, do not let him get hot. Speaking with him and his father T in the parking lot after game number 3 here at Tony Rose Arena. Making sure Marquis was the pronunciation they're okay with, and they said yes. And I said good, because I've had to say it quite a few times in this series. Here he is again, the double deuce, bat down for Benedict, who then got double teamed. And the ball quickly up in the stick of Ty English all alone, and that time he shot wide. Breakaway number 2 for Ty English. Nothing to show for it as of yet. Benedict through a crowd, and Deacon Knott. And that one's brought the Bunny Barn to life. Seeing eye shot. You think he doesn't know where the cameras are? Got Northmen fans checking in from all over the place in the chat. We know they're watching in Vegas. Saw someone checking in from Niagara in the States. Australia cheering on the Hornheads. Caleb Benedict waving at y'all. Don't look now, but it's a 1-goal game. After nothing doing for quite some time. Less than 30 seconds between goals, and the Northmen are back within 1. Big battle for this face-off again. Nate Ruff and Millsap back after Connor Knock. And it'll be Rand who picks it up, bouncing for Pack. What a final series Owen Rand has had. Final series of his Junior A lacrosse career, and showing out, especially here on home floor. Spolino over the top, the sidearm shot. Handled there by Deacon Knott. Owen Wills will run it out of harm's way. We'll see if Burlington decide to use the clock here. Try and slow things down, and they're working it through to the front of the crease where Rosa was taken down. Touchdown in that black paint too, so ball will go back the way of Northmen. It's the second period, so you know there's going to be no slowdown in their step, as Cole Tipo shows, reaching just too far across the front of Deacon Knott. Benedict has it again. That one also gets through, picked on the crease by Deere. Second shot handled by Knott. Deere will get the rebound. Keeps on the hidden ball play, now gives to Liam Matthews. Shot off the post. The Northmen in danger, going on one of those patented second period runs here at Tony Rose. Back-to-back goals have us at 3-2. Ball high right now in the stick of Ty English. Back for Thompson. Sliding down is York. Bounces it through Wrigley area. And all this kid does is score big-time goals. Again, the game winner in the series with Mimico. The pick and roll. Feet stay out of the crease. And ball bounces through the legs of Origlieri, and it's a 2-goal lead once again. For the first time, Orangeville Minor Lacrosse Association called into action. There's the bench of Dan McRae, the top coaching staff in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League this year. The Jim Bishop Memorial Award winners. Prior to the game today, the Gaylord Palace Award for sportsmanlike play was given to Brampton's Bowie Horseman. Commissioner Mark Grimes in the building. Deputy Commissioner Bob Cleveley here as well. Decent season for Brampton, and Brooks English gets run into the corner boards, and trail officials going to put Chavon in the box. Ty English goes to the defense of his brother, and bench is arguing. I've heard 4 and 5 out of the mouth of the bench. We'll see what the call is. 2 for interference against Chase Chavon, and a shake of the head from Dan McRae. It's the first power play of the game for Burlington. Rosa will cut in, and that shot off the end boards. They do have a short-handed marker, however, from Vredenberg. Trying to restore the 3-goal lead. Rosa to Marinier. He ducks and drives in Origlieri there to make the save. Ciapara on his horse. Passes to the front door. Matthews shot. Handled by Knott. Ball back to Volkov. He'll wait for Rawson to get on the collect side of center. Minute 15 left here on the power play. Marinier and Saris playing catch. Again, they combined for 12 points in game number 4. McLeod, Saris. Down in the corner, Rosa fakes the pass up top. Now goes to Saris. Skip pass, and Origlieri makes the save and the rebound. Under a minute left in the power play. Ran for Spalina. To Amos Whitcomb. Now Matthews on the far side. Deere sets the screen. It's a sidearm shot from Matthews. Knott makes sure there's no rebound before giving up to Connor Knock. Another one of those Nepean players. Back when these two teams met in 2019, it was Orangeville that had the Nepean APs. Now they're making a difference on the Burlington side. Pass to Saris. Shot bounced off Origlieri. No one was really sure where the rebound was. But now it's in the stick of Nate Ruffin on the other side of center. Off the bench comes Trey Deere. Chavon comes out of the penalty box. Marquis. Deere, far side. Screen comes from Benedict, and they score. Told you when Trey Deere scores, good things happen to this Orangeville team. And he's going to work around a double screen and bounce one through Deacon Knott. Trey Deere on the board, and we're back to a 1-goal game because, of course we are. It's the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Finals. That's just the way this series has gone. Benedict and Long picking up assists. on the goal from Trey Deer. 3 different goal scorers here in just under 5 minutes for Orangeville, who are within 1. Teeple. Long off the bench again. Now in the stick of Deer. Matthews on the crease, Long. Tiptoes in front of his own bench. Cross from Marquis. Spallina. No room for the shot. He'll go to Matthews. Spins off the top man to the crease. And in the crease, the call from the official against Liam Matthews. Rusty Kruger wanting an explanation from John Vandergiesen, who I believe has worked every game of the series. This now 3 of 5 for Blair Ferguson. So pretty much most of the same officiating crew. Shot from Zach Thompson. First game we haven't seen Kyle Kennery ref in this building. Rawson brings it down out of the corner, tried to walk out, and no room for him to get to Thompson, so just as the shot clock was sounding, Origlieri will pass up to Noah Millsap. Benedict flips it there to Whitcomb, quickly turning to find Deer. Deer's got 10 on the shot clock. He'll go up top, Marquis. This is where he likes to shoot from. Backpedals to get in a better spot and tie the game. Marquis is absolutely lethal from this area of the floor, and that shot right there has been pinpoint accurate all series long. Just past the halfway mark of this game, and we're all knotted up like we are in the series. Fern takes it away from Ty English, who then tries to stand up Chavon. And Chavon runs right through him and had something to say as he ran away from him as well. Here's Benedict. That shot hit a body in front. Off the bench, Whitcomb posturing up Spallina. That shot went high. Deer and Whitcomb picking up assists on the most recent Colton Marquis goal. He's got a pair here in the game. It's Burlington back the other way. Cam York has it knocked out of his stick. Look out, here comes Nate Ruff. Ruff takes the shot. Full splits from Knott. Had to deal with his own man crashing into the crease and able to hang on. Nate Ruff, a finalist for Transition Player of the Year. That was won by Ben Trumbull, but it's almost as if he took it personally, the former Mississauga Charger, as Nate Ruff has been a transition force in this series as well. And this is the period that these two teams have been putting on a show through the first 4 games. In this building, Burlington won game number 1, 12-10. Orangeville responded in Burlington, a 10-6 win, with a pair of empty netters from Ruff down the stretch. 12-11 Orangeville the last time we were here, and 2 nights ago, Burlington, an 8-7 victory on home floor, bringing us here to what's now a best-of-3 series. Josh Rosa shoots over top of the screen, and Burlington are back on top. Rosa played with KW last year, was reclassified down to Windsor in Junior B, trying to make his mark on the series. with his 10th point and 4th goal. (5-4). Now is the score from Rosa. Brooks English moved early at the face-off dot, so it's given here to Orangeville again. Burlington really missing Steve Delamonte at that face-off circle. Here's Spalina, low sidearm shot that hits off the low glass to Alexis Samard. That'll go for an over and back. Otherwise, Samard thought he was going to take off in transition. Marinier, shot in on Origlieri. Pack got there first, then Marinier. A bump taking Pack into the end boards, and a couple yells from the Orangeville bench. Rusty Kruger wants to know why there's no penalty there after they just got one. Phil Sanderson saying the same thing. Amos Whitcomb. Marquis setting the screen for him. He passes far side Matthews. Matthews to Whitcomb, quick stick in the middle, and not even quicker. Wills now. Over center, less than 8 minutes to play here in our second period. 5-4 the lead for the Blaze. Rawson got around the pick of Thompson, tried to turn it into the roll part, and Thompson, his helmet popped up. Nods it back down and then passes far side. The low shot from Marinier. The tail end of the shot clock. Rebound off of Origlieri will go back to Saris. And he'll put it into Thompson. Ty English for Rawson. Far side Marinier. Skips away here from English. And Chavon, trying to posture up, does control the rebound, but was slowed up long enough to take the transition away from Orangeville. Whitcomb to Deere, to the outside, Matthews. Spalina, back to Deere, spins backward, quick stick, Benedict! Deere's third point of the game finds Benedict for his second goal, and those two are connecting here tonight. Benedict's got entire half of the floor to do whatever he wanted, and he finds a spot past Knott to tie this one up at 5. Be sure to download the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League app for the entire final schedule and scores and stats. Game number 6 comes your way Saturday at 5 p.m. Deacon Knott's numbers: 32 saves off 37 shots for an 86 save percentage. Again, the goals against average for these two goalies coming in: 925 for Origlieri, 929 for Deacon Knott. We're over halfway there. 26 and a half minutes left to play. Have seen some high scores. From both of these teams, although goals have been hard to come by at times as well. It has been tremendous lacrosse. Marquis again, looks like he has found his mark. But that one, Knott was aware of it and hung on. Looked like it hit him high. He told the official he was all good. 6 minutes to go here in the second. Will McLeod shoots over a screen. Origlieri makes the save. Keeps the rebound in his crease as well. Elijah Edwards running out. He'll find Benedict. Hatrick watches on the shot. And the rebound in front. Edwards picks it up. Leaping in front of him was Ty English, who is absolutely everywhere on the floor at all times, it seems. Fun player to watch is Ty English. Up top, Matthews. Sidearm shot hits off Vredenberg, and he gives absolutely no reaction. Then it bounces to Owen Wills. Look at the speed from Wills in on a Riglieri, and then he catches a Riglieri. And Wills is going to go. Vredenberg all tied up here with Benedict on the floor. A number of whistles as Wills gets up and having some words. This has happened a few times in this series, including a roughing call out in Burlington in game number 4. And again, the Orangeville bench trying to help out the officials here. It'll be 2 for interference against Owen Wills, and Phil Sanderson and Rusty Kruger are not buying it. To be fair to Wills, there was a pretty good jab step right at the end when he realized where Riglieri was. Contact probably could have been much worse. But if looks could kill over on that Orangeville bench right now, let's just say we'd be looking for more refs. Benedict finds not on the quick stick. This is the 3rd power play of the game for Orangeville. 0 for 2 coming in. And they've got 5 minutes to work with here left in the period. Just a 2-minute minor for interference to Owen Wills. Hayden Hiltz running around outside. Can't get clear of Deere. And if he does, he's got to deal with Colton Marquis. Marquis now lost his stick. The shot comes in. Bounces well wide, and it comes at the end of the shot clock. Vredenberg, a couple taps there for Whitcomb. Marquis, Benedict, Matthews. Back from Marquis. Benedict again, back up top. Matthews, a couple fakes. Excuse me, this is Marquis to Matthews to Benedict. His shot goes off of Samard and high, comes straight back down. Shot clock to 10 as Marquis gets it back. Hard rip goes off the end boards, and it'll go for an over and back violation. We've had some words in this series. We've had some pushing and shoving, but nothing severely over the line. I believe both benches realizing that pretty much every player on their roster has played a role, if not in this series, in the playoffs, and definitely through the season. Thompson was dealing with Noah Millsap for that entire power play set. Finally got a shot over his shoulder. That went wide. Teeple for Deere. Benedict and Spallina playing catch near side. Perhaps final possession here for Orangeville. Matthews. Marquis couldn't find Spallina, and it'll bounce away. Here come the Blaze in transition. Cooper Jackson and Ben Trumbull. They'll slow it down, and that'll do it for the penalty. Orangeville now 0 for 3 on the evening. Saris is picked off by Spallina. Spallina sees the double team. Now it's going to be a triple with Rawson catching up all over Spallina. And Rawson looked up at the official, slipped in the oil slick. Back the other way, the shot. Riglieri will make the save. Rawson wants a wipe down, but he's not going to get it. And Matthews was coming off the bench. Rand didn't see him. All kinds of stuff happening in the last couple minutes. Meanwhile, Marquis. Over the top comes Matthews. Pass back to Long, and Aiden Long's shot Saved by Knott, I believe. It's possible it hit the post before going up and out of play. But Orangeville will get possession again as it bounced into Burlington's bench, right in front of Sam Hossack. Social media man extraordinaire. Matthew shot, saved by Knott. It rolls into the corner. Long will pick it up to reset the 30 clock. Whitcomb. No one with him, so we'll go to Spallina. Now Deer. Long sets the screen. Help slide is there yet again from Burlington, and Deer does enough to save the over and back, but can't save the ball from going into the end screen. Inside the 2-minute warning, both teams have both timeouts still. Both teams knotted at 5. Both have won 2 games here in the series. That's how tight it's been from the opening face-off of game number 1. Cam York giving to Thompson the save from Origlieri on that shot. And we're down to our final 85 seconds. Edwards jogs it across center. Here to Benedict. Gets a screen, likes to not shoot. Now Trey Deer. No room for him to rip his shot, and they have not given Spallina anything in this game. Have Burlington makes his own space though. And the sidearm gets through, and Orangeville have their first lead. Vredenberg's going to come all the way up on Spallina, and I didn't think there was any chance he would get a shot before the end of the shot clock. But there goes Joey Spallina, proving me wrong yet again. Kid is something else. Spallina, just his 5th goal of the final series. 14th point, giving Orangeville a 6-5 lead in the final minute of the second period here. Up top, Rosa! Not to be outdone, gets the answer. Where has this shot been all finals? Puts it in the back of the net again, does Josh Rosa on the sidearm from straight up. On Origlieri, gets through traffic, and we are knotted at 6. Because of course we are. Face-off goes all the way deep into Orangeville territory. Picked up by Colm Barnett. Teeple looking for it as well. Bounces away from both of them, right into the stick of Alexis Samard. But outside of the 30-second safety zone for a timeout. They want English to wait and give Orangeville absolutely nothing to work with here. Marinier may have had space on Pack, but again, they're trying to take this all the way down. Ty English up top. English rolls over top of everybody, and that is well after the shot clock. And I don't know that English heard it, or if he did, it didn't register, but for some reason took the shot. And Orangeville going back to the power play. Everybody else in the building knew that the 30 had expired. Is there magic with 2.2 left on the clock? Spallina will start up top. Origlieri's on the bench. Here's the long outside shot, and one more save from Knott in the period. Few sticks up to the side of the crease, but that'll do it for an action-packed second period yet again here in this final series. Third's going to be a good one. It has been in every other game, so has every other period. Not only are you going to want to come back, you're going to call all your friends. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Finals. Brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. We'll be back in 9 minutes.
On our family dairy farm, there's a saying that the sun doesn't start the day, we do. It's our daily reminder to be our best, make our best. And that our dairy farm doesn't just take care of our family, it's part of something bigger. That's dairy done right.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Gatorade.
Back inside Tony Rose Arena, here's your highlights from the second period. What a move to get it started from Colton Marquis, who has come alive in that second period. Then we get transition for Caleb Benedict. Another outside shot. 23 minutes and 23 seconds of shutout lacrosse for Deacon Knott and Burlington. Back the other way, however, Cameron York, who just does not score small goals, getting one back for Burlington. Talk amongst yourselves. That was a 2-minute penalty before we went back the other way. And Trey Deer would get things started. When Trey Deer scores 2 goals, Orangeville has won both times in this final series. We remind you, Colton Marquis, from that spot, absolutely dangerous. Josh Rosa, however, has been dangerous as well. First, we get transition from Nate Ruff. Deacon Knott has been solid all game. This is the Rosa play, I believe. Wheeling over the top, his shot will score. He would do it again later on in the period. Now, Caleb Benedict cutting through, and the chrome head of the stick flashing right to the side of Knott for him to score. Some transition back the other way. Again, talk amongst yourselves. That was called 2 minutes. It looked like Wills did to make a big cut step to get around the goaltender. Bench wanted a 5-minute call there as well. Orangeville 0 for 4 on their power play, although they will start this period with 0 for 1 are Burlington. Spalina knocked down, got all kinds of worked over, no penalty there. And then this is the one I thought Spalina was in big trouble from way high, but of course not, he says. Spalina can score from anywhere. And then finally, Josh Rosa, one more time. The shot from up top will have us tied 6-6 after 2 periods here at Tony Rose Arena. Here in game number 5, crucial game number 5 of this series. Winner of the series goes on to the Minto Cup. Both of these teams were 1 game away last year. Orangeville lost out in their series to the eventual Minto Cup champion Whitby Warriors. Burlington lost out in 5 games to the Toronto Beaches, who went to their first Minto. Volkov bounces off pressure all the way up top, and jumping the route was Siapara, but Samard used the size advantage to bring the ball down. Saris waiting it out. Finally has help off the bench in York. Ball put into the corner. Big high step. Rawson gets rid of Siapara, comes back for Saris, who tries to cut the corner. There was no room at the stick side of the cage. That one bounces clean off of Riglieri. Rand brings it up and over. Matthews for Trey Deer. Benedict and Whitcomb playing catch with it now. Benedict walks off top spot. That's where he likes to shoot from. Gives to Matthews instead, and it's a good idea because it ends up in the back of the net. Liam Matthews continues to be a factor here in the series. He wheels over the top and puts a bounce shot through the legs of Deacon Knott, and the lead is back on the side of Northmen. Their first power play goal of the game. Unofficially up here, we've got that as the first point of the game for Matthews. That hardly seems correct, but Biggest goal of the game so far. Saris trying to find the cutting Ty English. It goes back in a bounce to the far side. English now in the corner. Gets it from Millsap. Millsap chasing it down and cut back move. Had to get away from Thompson and a couple other players. Looked like Millsap was going to take it all the way himself. Eventually help comes from Spallina. Outside Benedict. Laid off the bench. Whitcomb goes back to Matthews. Wills is all over him, and Owen Wills there to knock it away. Turning and firing down floor. Nicholas Volkov all by himself, but not for long. His help comes off the Northmen bench. Showed up quickly, so there was no chance. Here's now Saris. Big high step shot goes off the crossbar and all the way back down into the end of Knott. Knott up to center for Marinier. Through York, into the corner. Return pass looking for Marinier. Bounced off a stick and fell errant in the corner where Cole Teeple will now pick it up. Trey Deer already with 3 points in the game. Goal and 2 assists to Spallina. Working on the same. His shot off of Knott. And now the rebound out into the corner. Aiden Long there to pick it up and get a fresh 30 seconds. And the Northmen want to slow things down. Spallina. Long clear space for Trey Deer. Deer turns back all the way across the floor to Spallina on the far side. Turning it back for Whitcomb, who ran through the crease, and they're going to stop play. 3.5 gone in this third period. Shocking turn of events. The goal from Liam Matthews proves to be a big one, as it gives the goal lead here to Orangeville. Here comes Nate Ruff. Vredenberg matches him stride for stride off the bench and will slow it down. Marquis. Matthews out there. Whitcomb, Benedict. Long. The last one. He'll catch it now. Matthews rips a shot, and that one changed direction midair in the feet of Knott, and he was all kinds of turned around looking for it. Another reason to come to these games in person. If I heard correctly, that's the $600 50-50. Well, if required, our crew will be back here Sunday night for game number 7. It's a 7 p.m. start time. Marinier shot there, handled by Riglieri. Lot of lacrosse yet to be determined before we worry about that, including the fact that whoever wins here tonight will have very different plans. Look at the moves from Benedict, as Spallina found him with a nifty pass, but not matched all of them, and ended up with the save. Saris into the corner for Rosa. Return back for Saris again. Far side, hard shot, McLeod, and a Riglieri reaches high. Shot over top of everything from Rawson. The Northman goaltender was down and out full splits, and that shot went just over top of everything. Here's Marquis. No shot from outside. Wills again. Hard on his man. Matthews. Quick stick sub shot there from Whitcomb. Comes up for Marquis. And now Matthews has it again with a fresh 30 seconds. And room to run. Passing to Deer instead, who falls in the crease. Ball in the back of the net, and that got the alumni corner cheering, but landed in the crease before that ball went through. And we remain 7-6 in favor of Orangeville. 6 gone here in the third. Rosa to Saris. All the way across to Thompson. Zach Thompson drilled after passing. Now a low bounce shot comes in from McLeod, and Riglieri will make the save. Lodge Edwards, a little touch there to Spallina. They complete the offensive change. This is Long, being trailed by Deere. Whitcomb, now Spallina. Room to run, he'll shovel it back up top, not enough to get it past Volkov, who quickly pushes it ahead to Ty English, being chased down by Deere. English turns and fires, and Origlieri will make the save. As the minutes get bigger, so do the saves from both Origlieri and Knott, and the goals start to come harder and harder to come by. Here's Whitcomb. Matthews cuts for the second time this period, and with the same result, it bounces off Origlieri. Wills gets knocked into the boards, looking for that loose ball. And Trumbull splits the defense, takes the shot, and Origlieri with the save. It's now Ruff, who's going to work transition of his own. Every minute of this series has been spectacular. Spallina. Whitcomb slipped past everybody in front and shot wide as he was right on top of the crease. Ball bouncing here, it'll get to Connor Knock, and he'll start it back the other way. Hayden Hiltz holding on. Has Vredenberg up with him. Those three will head off as Will McLeod will wait for the rest of his offensive unit, including Josh Rosa. Braden Saris. Pick and roll with Rosa, and the pass never got far enough. Bounces back for Saris, a long way from home with only 5 to shoot though. Zach Thompson. Nothing doing with Aiden Fern and Colm Barnett right in his face. Under 12 to play now here in regulation time. Trey Deere. Over for Whitcomb. Matthews alone on the near side. That's where the ball goes now. Pick set by Long. And back up for Matthews. Remember, no Bucktooth in the game tonight. Cohen Jennings left in the first period, has not returned. Matthews on the run, sidearm shot. Goes off the end boards. Bounces straight to Alexis Samard. Off the bench, Rawson. Waiting for help. Goes to Cam York. They're the two lefties right now. Saris, Marinier, Rosa. On the right side, and the pass back to the cutter goes over and back. And Siobhan couldn't get there with Marinier in his way. Cole Teeple does pick it up. Knock will give him a half-hearted shove into the end boards. Teeple rolling it up to Trey Deere. Spallina, now Long. Last one off the bench is going to be Whitcomb. Flip to Deere, fake the over the shoulder, slips his man, takes the shot, and it hit off the crossbar. Trumbull out with it now. Trey Deere that close. We're still a one-goal game. Rosa for Trumbull. Rosa hard into his man. Draws a few oohs and ahs from the crowd. Rosa cuts back in front of Origlieri. Couple moves and he was in the crease. Barnett and McLeod having words on the change. Barnett will stay on, as will Cameron Pack, as will Nate Ruff. Whitcomb up for Pack. Is he going to take a shot? Cameron Pack to the net. That one would have brought the bench to life. Here's Owen Wills. Saris, Marinier, the trailer. Now they go to Thompson. Last one out's McLeod, quick shot. Turning and firing was Saris. Picked up by Fern, and he'll just flip to Trey Deere. No sense of urgency now for the Northmen. Seems like every time I say that, though, they find the gas pedal. Matthews, touch pass Spallina to Deere, and somehow Knott comes across to his left to make the save. Seen him do that a few times throughout these playoffs, and when he goes full splits, there have been times when it's been hard for him to get up. Trey Deer goes to the bench and gets attention from the trainer. Shot from Marinier gets through. Marinier on the board for the first time after 5 points in game 4. Give him another one here. And no time like the present to tie it up at 7. Cross floor pass from Will McLeod. When the lefties get going, that opens the space for the righties. It's been the narrative for this Burlington offense the entire way. Elijah Edwards. He'll find Millsap, whose shot bounces wide of not. Nobody's got the rebound, so this is still Orangeville shot clock. Rolls away from Millsap a second time. He gets run over on his way into the corner, and now it'll reset as Brooks English picks it up and comes out and over center. Marinier shoots through traffic trying the same play. This time Origlieri onto it. Trey Deer. Jogging near side. He'll go up to Spallina. Out to Benedict. Spallina has it again. No passing option, so he'll shoot. Rebound bouncing in the crease, and Teeple reached in. But they're going to say Wills knocked him down first, so ball given back here to the Orangeville, and Dan McCray absolutely hates the decision. Spallina around the screen from Benedict. No room to turn into a pass back the other way. Matthews, one-on-one, goes to the net and in the crease. And finally, the tired defense of Burlington can come off for a rest. 7.5 to go here in regulation. All knotted up at 7s. Rosa cutting through, bouncing off bodies, taking the shot. Looks like he grabbed the rebound. Shot clock did not reset. Rawson with it with 5 showing. Chuck Rawson sends a twister from behind the net, which doesn't count as a shot. And there are exhausted bodies on both benches. Everyone that goes over is trying to find a fan. They're doubled over, they're sitting down, they're leaning on the wall, whatever they can do to grab a gasp, because this has been a physical and athletic series, and they have fought for every possession. That shot off the arm of Knott into the corner. Long and Vredenberg battling each other for it, and Exhibit A right there, that rebound battle. Samard flipping to Marinier. As we close in on 6 minutes left here in the third. Here's Zach Thompson over the top. Finds the man in the corner. McLeod across for Marinier. Has room. Slipped a little bit as he was taking the shot, and Origlieri may have slipped trying to make the save. Neither call for a wipe down, though. As Origlieri did not look sure-footed in the crease at all. Thompson over the top. Normally would shoot that, but was looking, and there wasn't an angle there. Saris coming through, and that never got through to Origlieri. Saris all alone, second chance, hits off the bar. Marinier to Rawson. McLeod picking Ruff out of the way. Comes back to Marinier. Low shot there, right off the foot of the captain, Ciapara, who's straight back up and right in the shooting lane again. And Ciapara gonna hobble his way off to the bench. That was a huge shot block. and he is feeling every piece of that rubber ball. 5 to go. Matthews. Spallina in behind the net. Will's chasing him. Marquis up top, long shot, just wide. Benedict the return, that hits a body in front. Another one gonna come from long range from Matthews, and Knott handles that and the rebound. Wills clears center. Orangeville bench looking for an 8 count. Grenier's count started after the shot clock, so they weren't synced up. Here's Rosa. 5 to go on their shot clock now. Back here for Saris. It's in! I assure you, Saris is just trying to beat the shot clock here, but somehow finds just enough room. Still not sure how that got through Origlieri, but it's a 1-goal lead. And the intensity is ratcheted up a notch over on the Burlington Blaze bench. Siobhan running in towards that face-off. He went right back after Trumbull. Brooks English. High pass for Thompson. He had to climb the ladder. Bringing it down, Rosa now. Slowing it down up top, looking for Marinier. That's off a body, and here they come back in transition. It's Elijah Edwards, a sidearm shot. There's bodies everywhere, including Marinier, who's on 1 foot in front of the Burlington bench. What happened to him? Here's Benedict from the outside. On the run, scores! Bradenburg and Spallina had a word after, but the final word is on the scoreboard, and it's 8-8. Gonna get offsetting penalties after the fact. Keep your eye on Spallina here. He took a big high shot. Gonna shove, then went back after, but Caleb Benedict, the Hattie, and another patented celebration from number 24. Alumni corner trying to get Orangeville back on top. Big face off here. Saw Siapar go off after blocking that shot. He's back out there. Seen pretty much everybody in this series hobble off at one point or another. We'll see if Berignier comes out. It'll be Trumbull joining Saris here on the right side. Saris all the way across to Ty English. Big pick there on Cameron Pack. They're gonna say that tipped off of Orangeville and up and out of play. And this time it's DJ Cleveley that wants a call. Pack is headed off and he looks to be hurt. Millsap taking his spot. Trumbull clearing space for Saris. Up top, Ty English to Zach Thompson in the corner. Thompson, sidearm bouncer! Past to Riglieri! And it's 9-8 Burlington. A change defensively. Not sure if that caused confusion or not, but it's just an outside shot. And it's a bouncer. Which I wonder if Burlington may have picked up on something, as the last few have skipped pass to Riglieri. Here's Brooks English corralling the loose ball. Hiltz trying to spring Samard, and it's Siobhan who's there. Siobhan to Deer. Remember, no Spalina. He's in the penalty box with Vredenberg. And so they go to the far side where Benedict is. Deer in the corner for Matthews. 10 on the shot clock. Matthews over the top. It's poked away by Ty English. Matthews gets it back, cuts through, and English there to take it away once again. As I said before, Ty English is everywhere at all times, and that time 2 strips on the same defensive set. 2-minute warning with all timeouts still in the bag. Hiltz fakes the pass, goes to Saris. 9-8 Burlington. Next goal is the big one. Rosa. Marigny's back out there, although noticeably hobbling. Passing to McLeod, he's got a head of steam, and he picks a corner! Will McLeod, back-to-back goals for Burlington, and a 2-goal lead. Rawson and Teeple were in front of him. Perhaps Owen ran as well. And as that ball came through traffic, I don't think Origlieri saw it. Still wondering if he's 100%. But a 2-goal advantage now for the Blades. We're 1:38 away. Trumbull over for Brooks English. English for Trumbull. No shot. They'll pull it out and they'll slow it down. Double team on the ball. Ball's gone, but Edwards and Deere still throw the hit anyways. Zach Thompson. Josh Rosa. Out of the corner. 5 in the shot clock. Rosa drilled into the boards. The pass into empty territory. Origlieri already headed to the bench. 1:03 left in regulation. Orangeville need 2. Trey Deere up top for Marquis. Colton Marquis, Trey Deere. Aiden Long trying to clear space, as is Whitcomb. Shot comes from Benedict, and Knott will make the save. Spalina still in the penalty box. No Bucktooth, no Cohen Jennings. Marquis and Benedict playing catch. 40 seconds to go. Long range, Benedict and Knott will hang on. 37.4 and a 2-goal lead for Burlington. First order business, clear the 8 count, which Samard does. Origlieri still on the bench. It's bouncing away from Hiltz and right to Matthews. And Liam Matthews will call timeout with 27 seconds to play here in regulation time, and that will bring Spalina out of the penalty box. First order of business is to give everybody a breather. Told you the numbers for Deke and Knott in the losses. 31 saves and 30 saves in game 2 and 3 respectively. 41 in game 1 win. 49 in game 4. How about 51 here tonight? And 36 saves on the other side with 10 goals allowed for Chris Origlieri. Still decent numbers on both sides as these two goaltenders go head to head, but what a performance from Deacon Knott. Still going to lead at least 1, maybe 2 more big stops as they bring the 6-man set off the bench. Trey Deere, Liam Matthews, Colton Marquis, Noah Millsap will take an offensive shift along with Amos Whitcomb, and the ball will start back in Orangeville territory with Cole Teeple, who starts it by running up into the corner. Marquis Everybody postures up. Shot off the shoulder of Knott. Rolls into the corner. Teeple with it. Behind the net to Neer. Out in the corner. Matthews, room to shoot. And Knott does make a second save, but it's up into the rafters. 11.2 to go. Here's Teeple. Another shot. Knott saves that as well. It's up and out of play. Whitcomb will lead for Deer with 8 seconds. Matthews, far side, quick stick. Whitcomb taken away by Knott, and he will secure a 10-8 win and a 3-2 series lead for Burlington. They are 1 win away from their first Ontario title. A 4-1 stretch here in the period. Alex Marinier, Braden Sarris, Zach Thompson, and Will McLeod, the goal scorers for Burlington here in the third period. Your final score, 10-8 for the Blaze, who win again. Our director today has been Chris Main. Our producer for the JVI Sports Network, Gary Morrison, and for the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, Colleen Grimes. Game number 6 comes your way Saturday from Burlington. You got to get there to see it at 5 p.m. If required, we'll be back here for Game 7 on Sunday night at 7 p.m. Burlington hopes that's not the case as they win 10-8 and lead the series 3-2. I'm Matthew Carrick. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the series.